Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm AC and today I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Antero Bamaga. This is going to be on your Sprinter chassis. We're going to start up front here. This unit is available, so if you're interested in this, it is stock number 5N220719. You can text, call, or email me if you're interested. I want to point out the hood. As we start off here, this does have a nice carbon fiber wrap on it, so it kind of keeps all the rock chips away, keeps that hood looking nice. As we come around, you can see we've got our black Rhino alloy wheels. These are upgraded wheels. We also have the KO2 all-terrain tires. We've got a fixed running board here. It's got some pretty cool texture, makes it really easy to get the mud and dirt off your feet, off your shoes when you're out playing in the dirt. Up here at the top side of the van, we're going to have a scene light and also our awning. So I'm going to turn the lights on for you. So you have nice light for when it gets dark, starts getting dark. Turn on all your lights. You can still hang out outside. I don't have the awning out right now because it's a little breezy out here and it's just going to auto retract with that wind sensor. So we'll leave that in for now. We also have our roll left screen here, which will allow you to get some fresh air circulating through the van on a nice warm day. As we move back here, a couple things to point out. This does come equipped with 270 watts of solar on the roof. We've got 3 90-watt panels up there, which I'll show you when we come around the other side. We have a ZAMP controller, ZAMP port here for an additional external panel. So we move around the back of the van here, a couple things to point out. Up top, we're going to have our backup camera and yet another scene light. So I'll get that turned on for you. Again, plenty of lighting all the way around the van. Makes it nice to, move items around, store your gear, all that stuff at night. We're going to have another roll left screen back here, again for additional fresh air circulation during the day when it's nice and warm outside. Down here, we're going to have our outdoor shower with hot and cold water. Quick connect for an air line. We're going to have our underbed lights here, so that if you are having to move some gear around at night, you've got some light. You also have a water pump switch. Again, that rear scene light. And then this turns on that ARB air compressor. Under here, you're going to have your outdoor shower hose. And also your ARB air hose here. That hose will reach all 4 tires. So you can see here we've got one of the rubber strips out of the floor here. This is our track floor system here, smart floor. You can put fork mounts in here. You can buy additional seats that will latch into this flooring system, so if you need to carry more passengers. It's kind of cool, gives you a lot of options there. While we're back here, so I do want to point out our lithium battery system here. We've got 4 Lion Energy batteries for a total of 420 amp hours. We also have our 3,000 watt inverter. And I can show you that when we go inside a little bit more. Of course, this is equipped with the tow package here. So we've got our 5,000 pound hitch. We've got a Rhino step to help you in and out of the van. And then it does come equipped with a 7-pin connector. Makes it nice. You can tow a light trailer, some of your additional toys. So we come around the side here. Gives you a good view of that rack that Antero actually builds. We manufacture that rack. I'll climb up there here in a second and show you what that looks like up top. Get a lot of people that ask, is there room up there for extra bags, for luggage, that kind of stuff. So I want to climb up there and I'll show you what that looks like. This side mounted ladder is really nice. All right, so now you can see we're going to have our Nomadic 12 volt air conditioner up here. That will run off of those lithium batteries. And you can see the 3 solar panels and also the front vent up there. So not a lot of room for additional storage. The side mounted ladder gives you a nice way to get up there, dust off those solar panels when needed. Also hides this little port here. This is going to be where you can sanitize your van. You can also gravity fill your water tank through there. The Bamaga is equipped with 30 amp shore service. So it does come with an adapter that'll go from 30 amp to 15 amp so that you can plug in to a regular outlet. So we come across here to the driver's side, a couple things to point out. There's your fuel fill. So you can see it's not labeled. When the door is closed, it's kind of cool when the door is closed. You can't get access to it, so nobody will be stealing your fuel. Make sure you do put diesel in. This is a diesel Mercedes. You're gonna have a couple adjustments here. One's gonna do the back here. You're gonna have your lumbar, and this is gonna lower your seat, and this is gonna raise the front or lower the front here. You also have a little kick out extension for your legs. On a long trip, that kind of comes in handy. You're gonna have your light switches here. Does have heated seats, power door locks, power windows. Oh, let me pop the hood for you. All right, again, this is a 3-liter turbo diesel, 188 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque. Main thing to point out in here is if you have to get a jump or you need to jump start somebody, right here's where you hook up the positive terminal, and right here's your ground. Easy access to your washer fluid, your coolant, and of course your DEF fluid. Again, all under the hood. When it's closed, people can't access any of these things. It makes it really nice. All right, we'll start right here. I want to point out a couple of things here. These seats do swivel around. I always find that it's easier to do from the outside, at least the first couple times, because you want to make sure that you have plenty of clearance so that when you're rotating the seat around, it's not hitting back here. So you want to, there's 2 levers under here. Let's see if we can point these out. It's kind of tight. So you're going to have one right in the middle. That's the one that'll allow you to turn the seat. And then you have one over here. That's to slide you forward and backwards. Okay. As we walk in here through the main door, a couple things I want to point out. You're going to have your first aid kit, awning lights, scene lights, your lights under the bed, and of course your awning on off, extend and retract. Now that I have this swiveled around, you can actually see these levers a little bit easier. Now once you have it swiveled, you can slide your seat back, adjust it, and then this is the one that you would click to swivel your seat around. We also have a fire extinguisher, smoke detector, and this little step is just there to help you climb in and out of the bed as needed. Let you go ahead and show the bed. It's really good size. If you've been in other models like the Revel, the Solus, the other vans, this bed is bigger than any of those. This is going to be 58, 59 by about 79. Nice feature on this is that each side works independently. We use a cantilever system down here. So you pull that latch, and prop up the cushion. Use this as a table, as a workspace. Comes in really handy. You don't have to use additional tables. You just put a couple stools up here. The folding stools work really well. We're going to have some access panels back here. So you see these doors here. These are not for storage. These are really just access panels to the bed system. We're going to have our porta potty right here. This does move around. It also latches into that smart floor so that it's not rolling around, sliding around on you. Hides this nice little porta potty. A lot of people like additional space inside the van. It's kind of nice to have more room if you're having to haul, you know, plywood or 2x4s. You can still use this as that kind of a van, a cargo van. And at the same time, when you're ready to go out on the weekends, you can actually take it out and have some fun. So, all right, while we're back here, here's that 3,000 watt inverter. I already showed the batteries, but we'll show them again. Again, you get a total of 420 amp hours, and then you're gonna have a couple more access panels on this side for the bed system. You're gonna have your breakers and fuses down there. Up top, we added some additional storage, so these cubbies come in really handy. These are going to be the blackouts for your rear windows. Over on this side, a couple things to point out here. We're going to have our Kenwood Bluetooth system for these rear speakers that I showed you earlier. So these two speakers here work independently from the van. You're going to have two Pioneers, one on each side, right above these ram mounts. You can Bluetooth your phone into this system, play your music out those back speakers without having to start your van. Right here, we're going to have our monitor system. So we got our battery voltage, our fresh tank. Does not have a black tank. So you do have a gray tank. And then you have your SPAR heating system. Your master disconnect right here for all your lights. Turns off your battery power. This is for the Bosch hot water heater. We have a 2.5 gallon Bosch hot water heater. Press and hold that. The light comes on there and lets you know that it's firing up. Also have a nice pantry here with adjustable shelves. Down here you're going to have a nice drawer big enough for trash bags. You can actually prop them into here. You can also use it for larger items like cereal boxes. Back here in this corner, forgot to point this out earlier, but we do have a nice reading light. And we have our power cubby. So we got some 110 outlets, we got some USBs, 12 volt, and then this is going to control your lights up top. So as you can see, you can adjust the lighting colors. Also goes hand in hand with the light that is over the refrigerator. Whatever colors here will be right over that as well. This is a nice little spot to plug in your phone at night while you're laying down. Easy to get to, easy access. Here in the galley, we're going to have our cutting board and sink cover. We have a 10-inch deep sink. So I have a nice faucet here. And we have a nice metal plate here for magnets, hanging magnets. If you like to collect them from all your travels, that's where you would put your magnets. We also have an induction cooktop. We have a microwave, which you won't see in some vans. It's a 700 watt microwave. Nice storage compartment up here. Down in here, you're going to have a couple more storage compartments. You're going to have a silverware drawer. Back behind there is your Bosch hot water heater. Isotherm refrigerator. And then over the cab here, we do have a storage compartment up here. This is where you're going to keep all your blackout shades. This is for the front windows. I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you how this works again. I'm going to slide it forward, rotate it, Once it's forward, you can actually slide it back. Same on this side. Up front here, we're going to have just our regular Mercedes dash. I'll go ahead and get this fired up so I can show you a couple things. Up top here, you're going to have glove compartments. You're going to have a nice little entertainment spot here where you can plug in your phone. You've got a 12-volt outlet. You've got some USB Type-Cs. Also going to have one on the passenger side. Cup holders up here. Your key actually is meant to go down in here. There's a slot down here. The fob just pops into there. Keeps it communicating with the computer a lot better. It will fire up and run with it here, but I suggest you kind of get in the habit of putting it down there where it goes. We've got our touchscreen stereo system here. A couple things to point out. This does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And you can do this all with the touchscreen, or you can use the controls on your steering wheel. This right side here is going to serve as a mouse for your screen here. The left side is going to handle your cluster up here on the dash. So you can set your cruise control here. You can make phone calls. Let's see, a couple things to point out here. So you can go to your trip. Again, you can scroll using your mouse here. There's always a home button. Settings. You can always, again, use your back arrow to go back. Pretty easy to handle, not a lot to it. Your shifter is going to be right here. You're going to push in for park, go up for reverse, center is neutral, and then down for drive. You're going to have your emergency brake here. Because these seats do swivel, you can actually push this down and it will stay engaged, so that when you swivel your seats, you're not hitting this. To disengage it, you're going to lift up, push the button, and come back down. The light will come off of the dash, letting you know that the parking brake is disengaged. There you go. It does have sensors, so we'll let you know if one of the doors is open. On the Sprinter vans, if you've never had one, keep an eye out. You do have to slam the sliding door, sometimes pretty hard for them to shut properly. So if you get in the van, you get going and you see that the light is, illuminated for the slide door, make sure you pull over, shut it properly. I believe that's pretty much it on the Sprinter van here. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, text, or email. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on all the electronics because there's separate videos for that, but you can call, text, or email me and I can answer any additional questions you guys may have. So feel free to call, text, email, leave a comment, give me some suggestions for improvement. Si hablo español, me pueden hablar al 720-276-4241. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.